if you are creating a table of authorities or a table of contents, your table of contents is now beginning on page 2. Okay, so this table of contents is incorrect. We'd actually should fix it because it is actually now on a different page. We'll fix it later on in the class. Your table of authorities is really on page 4, begins on page 4, and you don't really know the length of it. But your document is now starting on page 5, the actual argument. And that may change based on what happens in your front matter. So let's see, can the software, can Best Authority handle this type of scenario? I was asked this by people in California. So let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to click on Startup, which is the first thing that happens in Best Authority. And it'll bring up the first step, which is selecting your scheme. If you remember, if you've ever learned anything about it, a scheme is basically a template which determines how your table of authorities will be built in your document. Since we're going for California, we're going to use the sample California courts. And in the California court system, for many of them, they want to have cases, constitutional provisions, basic constitution statutes, court rules, and other authorities are the way they want things grouped. And I just showed you a preview of that. For most jurisdictions, usually you just do, and I'll do a preview of that, and you'll see it's usually just cases, statutes, other authorities. Or so some places you need to actually divide up, and I'll show the preview, you need to divide by federal and state jurisdictions. The best part about, one of the things that I really like about Best Authority is it doesn't matter which type of way you need to divide your TOA at the end, because Best Authority, when it scans, actually classifies all your citations and then bases how it will build it based on whatever template you've chosen. So I'm going to use sample California courts for this document, and I'm going to click OK. And you'll see the next step is setting my scan range. You'll see the software has defaulted to the top of Arabic page 1. Let's go. It's brought the cursor here. That's not the beginning of the scan range. You really want to go to the beginning of where the argument of the brief is. So let's scroll down past our table of contents that we have to fix. And let's put our cursor where the argument of the brief begins. And let's put the cursor where it ends. So we've told the software where to look. Now we need to tell it where to place my table of authorities. I don't want to put it on the same page as the table of contents. That's for sure. I sure don't want to stick it there. I really want to put it here, which is the next page. So I'm going to click Set here. And you'll see it brings up a prompt saying, hey, wait a minute. Are you sure you really want to do this? It's kind of odd. But that's what your jurisdiction requires. So yes, I really do want to do this. And I'm going to put my cursor there. I'm filing in California, so I'm going to set my scan range for California. And I'm going to click on Scan and Review. I'm going to go into Review. And now I can take the document and I can fix anything I need to fix.